So before I get, we've all heard of like the Chipotle controversy that's been going on for like it seems like this year, or is this new to some of y'all?
I've
I
heard of it.
have heard.
And maybe because I haven't been to Chipotle in a while, but this is. I guess I'll ask you that. Has anyone been to Chipotle recently?
In
Somewhere
the
recently?
last year, yes.
Okay. Well, the last time you were there, did you get exactly a healthy amount of portion that you got, or did they were skimping?
Nope. It was a classic Chipotle portions. A
For real.
ridiculous sized burrito, like
I don't know about all that.
ridiculously large burrito.
I don't know about all that. Chipotle burritos aren't massive, in my
They
opinion.
are weighty. Like,
Man, they're weighty, but they be stuffing them with rice and barely any meat.
oh,
Okay,
I guess
okay,
that could happen. Mine did have a good amount of I think I got steak.
okay. Well, I don't know. I wasn't
That's
looking
what
for
they
your.
was skipping out on the most.
I wasn't. Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't looking for your exact meal, but fine, order whatever the case may be. So we've all heard of it, and there's just been this thing going around where like people are feeling as if they're getting skimmed out on their Chipotle bowls and their burritos and their meals, and some people have even gone as far as. So there's been two wild things people are doing. Some people are when they order something, they take out their phone and they start recording, and I think it like puts more pressure on the server, and then they put a little extra in there because they don't want to get exposed. And then there's also the people that's doing a really wild thing. They you go to Chipotle, you're doing the order, and if you're not satisfied with how much they're putting in it, before you have to pay, they just be like, I don't want any more, and then they just made the whole custom burrito or burrito bowl, and I think that means they gotta throw that joint out. But all the same, so yeah, there's been this Chipotle conspiracy theory going around. They're skimping on the portions, especially with the meat, because they got to cut costs, whatever the case may be. And recently, the literal Chipotle CEO confirmed customers were right. Some restaurants were skimping on food. So, Chipotle recently faced backlash on social media after customers claimed the restaurant had been reducing portions in its burrito bowls. I guess so, specifically the burrito bowls, which y'all, none of us get here, right? You always get the burrito.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
never get a burrito.
Yeah, well, I guess y'all got to get it good and get the burrito. That's the strat. Anyway, in
Probably.
response to these complaints, the CEO has announced the company will be implementing changes to address the issue. First, there was a directive to provide less to customers. The CEO, Brian Nicole, said during an earnings call Wednesday. Okay, so they literally, dang, that's crazy. I wonder what
There
would the
you
meet.
go. That's crazy.
I wonder what would like this. Did they have like a staff meeting? Did like the email go out? So listen, I know during training we said use these in portions, but now just take a half a spoonful. That's
I know
devious.
exactly how it went. Yeah, they did it in a call, like we said the earnings call, right? The employees got to listen in on that. So I
Well,
just
Really?
dropped the news.
I don't know about. I have never worked in fast food, but I feel as if he's just talking
Employees
about.
have to listen in on earnings calls?
Oh wait,
I
no, I misinterpreted. He said he admitted to it during the earnings call
yeah, yeah,
about the customers.
yeah.
Oh wait, no, he didn't. He said there was never a directive.
Wait, what? Oh, there was never a
He
directive.
said,
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Cause yeah, that would be
Spreading misinformation out here.
yeah, cause
Good
yeah,
lord.
that didn't even make any sense. Okay, so there was never a directive to provide less to customers. So at the top level, there was never a directive. Got to clear that before we get killed in the comments. Although sometimes
Too
people,
late. It's too
do,
late.
do y'all ever? I mean, y'all probably don't comment on a lot of videos. Do y'all ever comment on a video before the video is ended? I never do that. That doesn't make any sense to me.
I
Anyway,
do.
no, I don't.
Because you
why?
forget if it's a long video, you'll forget like what you were gonna say once you get to the end of it.
But this is exactly the not this particular not anyone that's planned someone's gonna comment on this video, but that's the exact reason why you don't comment on a video because you don't know if they're gonna address something later in the video that they made it maybe it aired on. Anyway, scroll down a bit, Ace. With that said, getting the feedback caused us to relook our Pardon me. Getting that too much. Feature, with that being said, getting the feedback helps relook at our execution across the entire system. Nicole added, the company will make generous portions more consistent across its more than 3,500 restaurants. He said that 10% of stores are outliers in portion sizes, and those locations will be restrained to the right standards. The food prices continue to increase.
Trained.
So, huh?
Retrained.
Oh, retrained
I
to
think.
the right standards. Yeah, you're right. As the food prices continue to increase, several restaurant chains are faced with the same allegations. A practice where smaller portion sizes for the same prices. In June, a Wells Fargo analyst conducted a study by ordering and weighing 75. Jesus Christ! Study by ordering 75 Chipotle burrito bowls with various ingredients at 8 different locations in New York City. The results revealed a significant variance in portion sizes across the sample portions. I mean, honestly, what they should have done in the beginning, since always, they should carrying this like a coupon in Chipotle. What they should have all done is like when you go to certain Chinese food restaurants, more so like buffets, you can get like anything you want and you put it in this container and then they just weigh the thing and then they just pay it by the thing. That's what they should do. They should have a scale by the register and then they just put the burrito bowl on the register and you have to pay based off of how much it weighs. But anyway, you got that for free, Chipotle. Um, yeah, I don't know if there's anything really to deep dive here. It seems like it was a matter of their acknowledging they got caught red-handed, even though they're also saying, "Hey, we never told them. You never told anybody to do this." So if they never told anybody to do this, then why were they doing it? Is going to come to question. Anyway, um, but I guess in general, it doesn't have to be a whole deep dive. What do y'all make of this? Because on the other flip side, don't we kind of feel like if there really is no evidence that they made a call to give smaller portion sizes, that Chipotle basically got bullied into making sure that the sizes look appropriate so people stop complaining? I mean, it's like, again, I'm not a burrito bowl consumer, but I don't think I've ever went to a restaurant, even restaurants that I frequent, and felt like I got shysted out of my food.
Really?
Like, are people just being fat?
You're telling me that like you haven't seen anyone serving you like when you say I want X meat on whatever meal you're getting, and they give you a little bit, and then they shake some off with a spoon and put it back into the pot, and then just give you that little portion. You that never happened to you?
This is something I truly cannot relate.
That a
Like,
hundred percent happens to me, or it has happened to me before.
okay, well, I guess you can
Thousand
go.
percent.
You can go first. What do you think of this Chipotle controversy? You think it made sense, or do you think Chipotle kind of buckled their knees a little too quick?
Well, as someone who used to work at the superior fake Mexican restaurant in Taco Bell, I'm gonna tell you exactly how this went down.
No one agrees with that. Continue.
There was never an explicit written directive from the CEO saying have lesser portions, but I guarantee there was some subtle, oh, your profit margins were a little bit lesser this month. Try to cut back or try to increase that. And in response to that, the managers then directed the employees, do be a little lighter with that meat, be a little lighter with those toppings. No one's going to notice anyways because they want to save a few bucks, get those profits up. And it just ended up snowballing into a partially a confirmation bias thing where people expected less to get less portions, and because they were looking for it, they got it. And again, Chipotle is like before this controversy, they've been doing this shit. And it's not just Chipotle, it's all those places, but Chipotle is
Uh
like a
oh.
pretty bad offender because they did not give a lot of meat in their meals in general. Like this is just from years and years of having Chipotle, and it annoys
How
me.
if they've always been doing this, then how do you know the appropriate amount of like protein that they're supposed to give? What if they're supposed to? What if their
It's
idea of giving you is to give you a
the
little?
idea. Well, this is why I don't really like Chipotle because maybe their idea of enough is different, but every other restaurant I've been to gives an appropriate amount of meat, which is how I know what the reference is. And then when I eat a Chipotle burrito and I'm eating lettuce and rice and I'm like, where's the meat? Then I get pissed. So that's how I know that. So this is I'm giving y'all the background of exactly
Have you
how
ever
this
asked for
happened.
more?
Most of the time I actually get I get it DoorDash, which I mean, yeah, it's kind of my
Oh,
fault. But sometimes I will sometimes ask for more. Like, can I get a little more? Because like sometimes they be crazy skimping. Like it's wild, bro. They give you so much rice and then like a little spoon. Like when I see that they scoop some out and then they shake some off. That gets me irate. It gets me so pissed. Because why do you care? Why are you pocket watching my food? Give me my meat. If it's a
Jesus
little more
Christ.
meat, then who's it gonna hurt? But the greedy ass, these stingy ass employees. But I'm getting
Jesus.
sidetracked. So I gave the lowdown
Didn't
on
think,
how it
didn't think,
happened.
didn't think anyone would be passionate about this.
It's food, bro. I'm gonna be passionate. But come circling around back to this, I think that the reason that they said this on the earnings call was because of optics and probably because the shareholders have been pressing about it. Because again, these videos are going like viral, and once
Yeah.
something starts to circulate, it's just a confirmation bias thing. Like even at the stores with the appropriate portions, appropriate for Chipotle, but they're the other people, the customers are going to see the portion and be like, "Hey, that's not enough," even if it was enough for them before, just because their minds had been kind of tainted. So, in order to forestall this and to kind of put a halt to it, they addressed it directly, and they could very well keep the same exact portions as they have doing before, but because they're saying they're going to address it, it's going to put in people's minds that they are going to be getting more portions when maybe they won't be. But I think they did make the right move in purely for the money is why they did it, and I think it's going to help them out because otherwise it could have just ended up snowballing into something where people just continue to think that Chipotle isn't giving enough portions, which they are. Again, besides the point, people start going to Chipotle, Chipotle starts losing money, etc., etc. So this is done to keep their profits up, and I think from a business perspective, it is a good idea. From a
Hmm.
consumer perspective, Chipotle's kind of whack, overpriced, and yeah,
Man, that's one of the main things I agree with you on. Like, obviously, the cost of any meal these days has just gotten way more. Used to be back in the day, you can get like the $5 sub. These days, you're
man,
paying.
$5 foot long, bro.
These days, you're paying 15 plus just to get one burrito or one sandwich. But
Crazy.
it does create that question of like, was Chipotle like what puts Chipotle in a better like state when it comes to like earnings? If they give less money, but then people complain and maybe stop going there, maybe even though Chipotle is still in business, or if they give you more food, so people are more satisfied, but then they're losing money because they're giving too much food and not getting enough return on the investment, so to speak. I wonder what.
That's for the marketing analysis people that it's their jobs to look into this stuff. That's for them to predict.
True, true, true. Um, how about you, Ace? What do you make of this story? Um, yeah, do you think it made sense that the response, and do you think there really were you think there's some conspiracy behind the whole thing?
um, no, I mean, yeah, this the response makes sense. They kind of had to do it. The fact that Chipotle is still around is actually baffling to me. It always will be,
What do you mean? People
given
love
at
Chipotle.
least haven't there been at least two E. coli outbreaks at Chipotle over the
Bro, the
Oh,
years?
E.
here
Like,
we
coli. Bro, I've
go.
seen videos of like little bugs crawling around in the Chipotle
Oh
burritos,
my
bro. Like
gosh.
it's nasty stuff.
the fact that they're
And it
around
doesn't
is
even taste
still gonna
good.
always baffle me.
It's a
While
certain
I
subset of people that enjoy Chipotle, and that's what's keeping them in business.
While
Let's say
I
that.
am a big person on like if I hear there's been like an outbreak of something in the food, I'll probably stay away from it. To be clear, those outbreaks. When you look into like the details of outbreaks, it was like at one random location. It was only affected like the lettuce, and there's always the romaine lettuce is always like a big issue. A lot of these things be like the story. The story sounds a lot worse than it is.
I've seen videos. I've seen crazy videos.
Yes, we've all seen
Yeah.
videos where somebody got a bug in their order. Boo
Nah,
hoo.
bro, it was just one bug. It's a whole lot of little, like, look like little mini maggots just crawling around in there. It's like in multiple locations. It can't be trusted.
Y'all to control it
This
is.
this just turned into a Chipotle slander fest.
I'm not here to just cleanse Chipotle for the reasons y'all are. Like,
No, no, no. I mean, I told you, like, I just got Chipotle this year, probably twice. So I'm not necessarily one to talk, but it's
did you?
still funny that this is the, this is the thing that, I mean, they had to address the E. coli, I think, too, obviously, but this is the thing that people are getting outraged about now is skimpy portions. Like, I've never had that problem, so I am less inclined to believe
Would you ever
people
ask
than
if you felt like you didn't get the proper amount of protein or portion that you are used to or accept?
100%. I would just ask for more, but I wouldn't blame it on the company. I would blame it. I mean, I would more just think, this employee doesn't put enough, or this location. More likely, I would just say, yeah, this location doesn't put enough.
What if they charge you
Um,
for the extra that you request? Like they say, yeah, but it'll be more.
I think I would be fine with that. It would be like 79 cents or something.
Dog,
Nah,
Um,
I
man.
might walk in, bro.
I mean, I'm be honest. In this economy, that
I'm
75, that
the
saying.
reason
79
I say
cents.
this, the main reason I say this is because I will pay more for um like getting more caramel in my whatever it is, the caramel macchiato drink or whatever from Panera. Like I'm just generally
Okay,
willing to pay more for more
random
food.
ace orders that
But
you
it's
get from
kind
up in
of
here.
different if you feel like you're not getting your justified amount in the first place versus just getting an extra request on top of something that's being provided how it should be, in my opinion.
Yeah, see, I'm not gonna necessarily like it would be hard for me to believe that I'm getting I'm not getting the right amount. Like it would
You haven't seen some of these videos,
even
bro?
if no, I haven't. I mean, I haven't seen any where it was convincing to me. Um, and again, like I only get the burritos, so I never paid attention to what the burrito bowls look like to say if they are giving less or not. I guess like everybody can't be lying, but um, either way, social media at the same time can blow stuff out of proportion. Like you said, there's the confirmation bias thing too. Um, but yeah, I would be it would be very difficult for me to not only believe that the portions are not enough for my liking, but also that the restaurant is doing something like I don't know, quote unquote, like wrong. Like if they say I have to pay more, then I'm gonna assume that the portion, the portion that they gave me is now the portion that is standard, and for this location, and I need to pay more for more. Like that's more so my mindset. I mean, because again, with the caramel thing, those squirts used to be you could get infinite additional squirts for free,
Pause.
and they started charging. So I
Man, you've been
didn't.
saying I want more meat all this podcast. Knock it off.
that
Huh?
was particularly egregious.
Sorry, keep going, Ace.
No, I was just saying. Yeah, they like restaurants change their policies and costs around food like over time. So if that changes, like there is the potential for me to be like, okay, no, I'm just not gonna get it anymore. But it's unlikely if whatever I was getting is good. I'm more so inclined to boycott a restaurant if they just stop providing something altogether, like Five Guys in the malted milkshake.
Oh my
Well, we're
god,
getting
this
super specific.
yeah, this is all right. All right, let's
Yeah,
before we
grudging.
before we start getting on. Oh yeah, I go to freaking Chick-fil-A and they don't give me enough fries
You
these days.
don't. You didn't know we're a food review podcast now.
That's that's funny. I'll give you that's funny. Yeah. Sorry. Do you have more ice? Or is it?
No, that's it.
Yeah. I mean, ultimately speaking, maybe I am blessed in this regard, even though there's a lot of ways, of course, when it comes to ordering food. But I just cannot really. I don't ever. I've never had an experience in which I went to a restaurant and I didn't get the amount of food that I was expecting. But at the same time, I'm not ever expecting like an over under. And obviously there's gonna be variance with these things. I always remember the time I think I spoke on this in my class. I went we want to talk about Superior Mexican sauce burrito spots. I don't know if they're national, but hothead burritos. They have some in Connecticut. One time I went into a hothead. I should have got the young lady's name. One time I went to Hothead Burritos, and there was this fresh off the boat new worker, and they didn't even know how to roll a burrito to save their life. So I, being one of their loyal customers, had to give this person who works there the step by step on how to make the type of burrito that I wanted, and I, using that to my advantage, did instruct them, hey, make sure you get a healthy scoop of the protein
Justified.
and and put it in there. So yeah. But I say all that to say, maybe people should be getting good and stop being so fat. You need less portions anyway. Even though I does suck to get less food for the same amount of money,
You are kind of right. You're kind of right.
y'all need to chill. But at the same
America's
vein,
just getting fatter.
but at the same vein, like kind of on the same line of thinking as you goes, I don't really care about these large corporations. Like if y'all bully them to give y'all more food for less money, then it's a W.
Yeah, like they can decrease the serving size all they want. Just start charging less. They keep charging up. It's fucking insane.
Yeah, that too. I wonder who they're gonna bully next. Y'all better leave
Probably
Chick-fil-A.
coming for Chick-fil-A.
Y'all better leave Chick-fil-A alone.
No. They need to go for Chick-fil-A this so they can start serving more bigger portion sizes.
Chick-fil-A are the nicest people. Man, Chick-fil-A won't go back and forth. Chick-fil-A will give you whatever you want. Oh, do you want another free chicken sandwich? Oh, sure.
But outside of the sauces, yeah, Chick-fil-A is pretty good.
Fair enough. Yeah. Anyway, unless there's anything else on this, we can move to the next topic.
All right.